Hi everyone, welcome back to our training series. Today we will be talking about how to design your site using our design wizard. Now I know there's a couple other videos under the managing and editing of your site that we have done previously that also talk about how to design your site with using our pre-designed templates or how to design your site uploading your own template. And today we'll be talking about the one I like the most. I think is the most exciting and fun way to do it is through our design wizard. Let's dive right into it as usual. Once you've logged into your account and you've got your dashboard open here, you'll get to this design wizard by clicking on either the Site tab up here or the Edit Site button down here. Either one will bring you to this page. At which point you'll want to click on the My Design button, okay? Now, depending on the account that you purchased or were given when you signed up, you're going to see 1, 2, or 3 tabs here. Now in mine, I've got all 3, but you may just see one of these. Sometimes the pre-designed tab is called Standard. If you see a Standard tab, it's the same as this pre-designed tab. But the Design Wizard is the one we're going to focus on today, and if you do not have the Design Wizard tab, then just contact your administrator who you bought your site through and find out what's involved in getting that added, because it's a great tool here to customize your site even further than what some of these other things offer. So you can see here we've got some Design Wizard templates that we've already created. I'm going to go ahead and remove some of these, and we're just going to start fresh as if, oops, clicked the wrong button there, as if we didn't have anything in here, okay? Alright, let's remove this last one. Alright, so to create a new Design Wizard template, you want to click on the Create New green button here. Then it's going to bring you into our Design Wizard, which is what we see here now. Okay, and there's kind of a lot going on this page, a lot of options, a lot of features that you can take advantage of, and rather than go through every single feature and make this training, an hour long, I'm just going to kind of skip over some of the main, or rather focus on some of the main parts and skip over some of the other parts and just encourage you to play around with this design wizard. There's no way you can break it, and so the more you play with it and figure out kind of how you can use this tool, the more customized your site can be with the knowledge that you learn in some of your experimentation. Okay, so when you come here, it's going to give you a default template with this blue color and a kind of a white background here. The idea of this page is we're going to customize the header, the footer, the background, and the sidebars of your site. The layout, you can call it if you want. So the first thing you can do is you can play around with the width, the spacing, some of the alignment and colors of your site. For example, if we wanted to make this site, instead of 950 pixels wide, what if we wanted to make it 1200 pixels wide? So you can play around with the width, you can play around with some of the top spacing if you wanted it to be, not right up against the top of the browser window there. You could mess around with some things here. You can change the alignment of your entire site, left, center, change your fonts, change the text color, change the background, which is this section over here. And backgrounds can either be gradients or even images. Okay, so if you want to do an image, you could upload one here for the background. But again, I encourage you to play with some of these things, upload images, play with the gradients, and see what you like. There's nothing that you can do that's going to break this, and if you don't like it, you can just set it back. Okay. So that's how you can kind of change the overall color of your site. Now, if you want to change the layout, say you don't want 2 sidebars and a header, maybe you want instead, only a header and a sidebar, and no footer down here. You can do that by simply clicking on the Change Layout button up here, okay? Any layout you select is automatically going to change for you. Okay, so I'm going to stick with the top, left side, and footer. Okay, and at this point, let's go ahead and let's change the background of this left sidebar. And in order to do that, I can either click on the sidebar, which is all I did, just clicked there, or you can up in here you can click to and you say I want to click to edit this sidebar, and then that'll make it highlighted so you can edit it. Now same options here. You can change widths, you can change background colors, you can change the background to a gradient to an image, you can change what the text color is. You can also just drag and drop for widths down here, okay, make it bigger, smaller. And then you have these widgets that you can add to each section. You can add a search, you can add a side nav, you can add a catalog nav, you can add social media, and even custom content where you specify your own content in here, your own image, whatever. You can do all sorts of stuff that way too. And then there's some customization options on each. For example, the side nav, you may want to customize how it's styled, how it's aligned, what the background colors are, the accents, things like that. If you decide, I don't want that, you can click remove. It'll confirm you want it removed, and then say OK. You can maybe specify the spacing between the widgets. Say, that's too tight, I'd like it a little more spacing between each widget. And so that's how you can add some spacing. Now the top nav, or the header, I should call it, up here, works much the same way as the side, and all these sections do depending on what layout you pick. So now if I wanted to manage the header of my site, same thing. I can drag and drop to specify my width, my height. I can specify that up here if I want. I can add some padding if I want, which is going to put padding between some of the different widgets that I put in here. Text colors, backgrounds, again, all the same options. And then of course you can add some of your widgets. Now this top section has a couple different widgets. For example, your top nav is not going to be something you'll put in your side areas. It has some extra nav that most likely isn't something you're going to put in your side areas. But once you add them, if you want to move them around and say, hey, I want this up here, and I want my top nav to not be so big, and I want it to be centered right here, and I want some social media, and I want the social media to be there, but I don't actually like Twitter, so I'm going to take away Twitter. And on top of that, I want this to be a like site, not a like page for Facebook. You can add custom content. You could pick an image or upload an image for a logo of some kind. See if we have a smaller one in here. So you could apply that, and then now you've got a logo that you can move around. And anyway, just through playing with it, you can customize this thing entirely up to you and however you want to. If you don't like something, just remove it or change it. Okay, and that's kind of it, And like I said, depending on which layout you pick, if you pick another one, say, okay, now I want this one instead, or actually no, I want both. Then now you have another site over here that you can customize with additional stuff, searches, custom content areas, whatever. And once you're finished, all you need to do is make sure you click Save up here, okay? Now, some things to note, which sometimes people have questions about, is this center content area is not something you customize here. It's something you customize in other areas of our system. Say you want to customize your home page or add products, things like that. There's separate sections and separate tutorials that talk about how to customize those areas of your site. This is simply a design wizard for designing the layout or the shell of your site, making it whatever you want it to be. So keep that in mind, and if you want to learn or have questions on how to customize the center content of your site, then check our other video tutorials on how to do that, as those are done elsewhere. And this graphic kind of gives you an idea of how our system works, how you're editing your template, you manage page contents elsewhere, and then they combine to create your site like so. In any case, please play around with this, use it. Have fun with it. When you're finished making your design, make sure you click Save, and from there you can click View Site to see how it looks. Okay, which we'll go ahead and do right now. So this is what Gotta refresh that. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Sorry, I forgot to select it. That's one thing don't forget to do. Once you've created your template, make sure you say select. Now it's selected over here, and now I can view it. Whoops, sorry about that. View site. There you go. Now it's using that new template. Okay, and that's what it looks like. So, after you make changes, you can always refresh to view this, see what it looks like, and if you finish designing a template and you're like, hey, there's some things I want to change on it, no problem, just click Edit. It'll bring you right back into the design wizard where you can then go make changes and say, you know, I did like that logo up there, so let's go ahead and add that logo back. Apply, move it in place, save and select this time so I don't forget. It should actually, since it's already selected, I wouldn't have had to do that. But view site, and there's the change. Okay, so hopefully it's fairly simple. You know, seems to be fairly user-friendly for those that have used it, and I hope you guys you find it to be that way as well. You can add as many new templates as you want, and they'll all list here in thumbnails, so you can select them. You know, maybe have a different one for each month or something. You don't have to go in and simply keep changing the one you've got. You can simply select the ones, each new one that you create, and make it convenient for yourself that way. So yeah, I think that covers everything. Like I mentioned, feel free to play around with it. Can't break it. Use it. Try and design things any way you want, and customize it any way you want, and have fun with it. And as always, if you have additional questions, you can always ask a question from our support tab or contact your administrator for additional help. And that covers it. So thanks for joining today. We're excited for you to use the Design Wizard and hope you enjoy it as much as we do. Until next time, we'll see you.